Great Bend Sports Complex. Tyler Henry alongside you as we get set for Game 2 of our two-game set. This one between the top-seeded Southeast of Saline Lady Trojans and the 8th seed in the Russell Lady Broncos. It's a quarterfinal clash between two former NCAA League foes. Should be a good one for you here. Again, Southeast of Saline comes in the heavy favorites at 19-3 overall. Russell comes in at 1-23, and the difference between these two teams is drastic, but also they are the most recent teams to play each other as Southeast of Saline closed out the regular season with a pair of victories over Russell. Let's meet the Lady Bronco lineup. It all starts with Gracelyn Dinkle, the starting pitcher in the one hole. She'll be followed by third baseman Darius Barrera, then DP Caden Dinkle, and catcher Jamison Toon in the cleanup spot today. Batting fifth, it's left fielder Raina Anschutz, then shortstop Janae Radke, first baseman Harley Donovan, center fielder Marissa Myers, and right fielder Jalen Keener in the cleanup spot today. This pitch missing away here for Southeast of Saline's very own Abba Pearson making her starting debut. Talk more about her throughout the course of the broadcast, but really quickly, your flex for Russell is Abby Bronson, today's second baseman. Here's a ball popped off the end of the bat. Good effort there by Maddie Harris, and with that, let's meet the starting defense for Southeast of Saline. Maddie Harris is your starting catcher. Kimber Ogerzolka gets the start at first. It's Brooklyn Adams at second, Brielle Potacek at short, and Addison Rohr tending to the hot corner at third base today. Your outfield from left to right, JC Berghardt, Lexi Jacobson, and Emma Kinkelar from left to right. And this pitch missing in the dirt will even the count at 2-2. Throughout the course of the season, Southeast of Saline has predominantly relied on Lexi Jacobson and Brenna Baird for their pitching duties, but again, Abba Pearson, the future of the pitching staff, getting her first start of the season, and a great start for Pearson, who gets the swing and miss there for Dinkle. It's one up, one down via the strikeout, and it brings up Darius Barrera, today's third baseman here for Russell. Again, Southeast of Saline has put together a phenomenal campaign, a plus 195 run differential. They have outscored their opponents, I believe, 236-28 this year. Just insane stuff for the Lady Trojan unit. And one last ride for a group that's been together since they were about 3-4 years old, playing together on the YMCA squad. But right now it's Pearson delivering another pitch. It's a drop ball or a changeup. Either way, the result is the same, a swing, a miss, and a strike. And Pearson digging back in to face Barrera once again. To find the last meeting between these two, you only have to go back about a week, as the next offering will miss high here. Southeast of Saline picking up a pair of victories, 19-0 in each. And the Lady Trojans, they have been rolling here. They find themselves on a 7-game winning streak. They enter the 3A playoffs without having lost to a 3A opponent all season. This ball tipped back to the screen, makes the count 1-2. But again, for the Lady Trojans, taking on some larger opponents and really able to go toe-to-toe with some of the best in the state of Kansas. Barrera digs back in, the 2-2 pitch on its way. That'll miss low. And the count goes full here as Pearson will have to find something else. Barrera trying to set the table, just trying to give her team some base running action here as the payoff pitch is on its way. That's going to miss up and away. And it is a walk issued here to Darius Barrera with one down in the inning. But you look at Southeast of Saline's pitching numbers on the year. This is a team that has tossed 126 innings. They have a combined record, obviously, of 19-3, but as a team, a 1.28 ERA, a 1.16 whip, and 136 strikeouts compared to only 38 walks. But again, all of that damage done by Jacobson and Baird. But this is what I mean by the future of the pitching staff. Lexi Jacobson and Brenna Baird, incredible pitchers, but both seniors will be graduating at the end of this year and turning the reins over to Abba Pearson and whoever else slots in as another starting pitcher. So for Pearson, get used to seeing a whole lot of her in the circle. And again, she has been excellent, but has had to wait her turn between two of the best pitchers in the state at the Class 3A level. Right now it's Pearson with a 1-1 count on Caden Dinkle, today's DP for the Russell Lady Broncos. The 1-1 pitch on its way. It's going to be hit. It's caught. Great snag by Kimber Ogerzolka, who tags the bag herself. And the minimum remains faced for Southeast of Saline. Flash in the leather. It's Kimber Ogerzolka. and we will step away. But when we come back, it's the home half of inning number 1. Today's game brought to you by our friends at Assaria Oil and Hardware.
The Bennington State Bank proudly appreciated. At Bennington State Bank, they care about local communities and are committed to fostering long-term relationships through the delivery of excellent customer service, integrity, and fairness. From helping local businesses to supporting community youth and nonprofits to helping you purchase your dream home or invest in your future, Bennington State Bank is here to help. Give them a call to experience exceptional banking with hometown service. Bennington State Bank, your trusted hometown bank. Member FDIC.
The hours of drills, the pre-dawn workouts, the hundreds of laps. It takes hard work, passion, and drive to do what you love. When you're sidelined by injury, Saline Regional Sports Medicine is just as committed and works just as hard to get you back in the game. Saline Regional Sports Medicine, 785-452-7366. SalinaRegionalSportsMedicine.com.
Kansas Incorporated has been building the heartland from the ground up for over a century. From the supply of aggregate materials, hot mix asphalt, and concrete to the construction of roads and bridges, we do it all. You've seen our trucks, and now we want to hire you. APAC in Salina is growing, and we are hiring for all positions. From truck drivers to mechanics, general laborers, and construction, APAC has your next career. For more details, visit the job links page at salinapost.com. Great pay and benefits, APAC is an equal opportunity employer.
Welcome back in here to the Great Bend Sports Complex in Western Kansas. Tyler Henry alongside you, Brian Dennett, handling all of our production and engineering duties today in southeast of Saline. Set to send their lineup up here for the first time in the home half of inning number 1. And let's meet the Lady Trojans in the order. It all starts with center fielder Lexi Jacobson. She'll be followed by catcher Maddie Harris, shortstop Brielle Potacek, DP Brenna Baird, and first baseman Kimber Ogerzolka in the 5-hole today. Batting 6th, it's your pitcher Abba Pearson, followed by second baseman Brooklyn Adams, right fielder Avery Kinkelar, and left fielder JC Berghardt bringing up the rear of the lineup today. Addison Rohr is your flex. She will play third base in this contest. Next pitch is going to be slapped to short, picked up there by Radke, but the throw to first not in time to beat the speedy Lexi Jacobson down the line, and the Lady Trojans are in business with an infield single to lead off the first. Southeast of Saline's offense has put up video game-like numbers, but only in the sense that you're angry at your little brother. Look at this, 374 batting average on the year as the runner goes to second. Easily in is Jacobson once again ahead of the throw. Southeast of Saline is slugging .505 as a team. They've scored 231 runs, 172 driven in. They've walked 103 times. They have struck out 83 times as a team. Drop ball misses down and in. Count goes to 2-0 here on Maddie Harris, who has been excellent in her own right this season. Harris batting .437 for the season, getting on base at a .500 clip. And here, taking a pitch up, as Jacobson going to turn and run for third, and she is in safely. Lexi Jacobson is going to swipe second and then third for good measure. And the Lady Trojans have the potential first run of the game just 60 feet away. 3-0 pitch here to Harris, taking all the way, will accept strike one. And with that, let's meet the hurler on the hill. It is Gracelyn Dinkle, your starting pitcher for Russell here today. Dinkle squares up the 3-1 pitch on its way, fouled back to the screen here by Harris. Out in the field, take you around the horn. Toon is your starting catcher today. It'll be Donovan at first, Bronson at second, Radke at short, and Barrera tending to the hot corner at third. On shoots is your left fielder, Myers in center, and Keener out in right. Payoff pitch on its way. That's going to miss inside. It's going to be a walk issued to Maddie Harris. And southeast of Saline quickly with 2 aboard and nobody out for Brielle Potacek. And we're going to have our first courtesy runner of the day, as coming in for southeast of Saline is sophomore Kiki Riedel. So Riedel will run for Maddie Harris. See if Southeast wants to get aggressive right out of the gates here. Would not be surprised if Riedel is not long for first base. Meanwhile, Potacek at the plate. Yeah, first pitch running, and here comes Jacobson, and she is going to slide in safely, and Potacek, or rather Riedel, never stopped running. So Kiki Riedel is going to go from first to third. Jacobson comes in to score on the wild pitch. And the Lady Trojans take a 1-0 lead with their third batter of the day at the plate. Pitch to Potacek, slapped to short, picked up by Radke. This time her throw is in time, but Potacek will succeed in driving in Riedel, and the Lady Trojans take a 2-0 lead with one down for Brenna Baird. So it's an RBI ground out for Brielle Potacek. The winner of this game will advance to take on the Ellsworth Lady Bearcats, who dispatched of Minneapolis 13-3 in the first game on this field. And if you're noticing a change of venue, you're not the only one. These games originally scheduled to be played down in Hoisington, but due to field conditions, they were moved here to the Great Bend Sports Complex. And good to be playing on that turf infield, as Brenna Baird will watch this pitch upstairs, and the count goes to 2-1. Taking a look at the season that Baird has been having, how about a .644 slugging percentage to go with 32 RBI? That's enough to lead the team, and here she is going to lace one into left field. That's down the line. Baird is going to turn and have a look at second, but she will hold up at first, and Brenna Baird keeps the party going here for Southeast of Saline, as Kimber Ogerzolka will now grab a bat. Southeast of Saline wasted no time getting up early and often on Russell in their regular season victories. Again, 19-0 and 18-0 to close out the regular season here in 2024. First pitch misses inside here to Kimber Ogerzolka. On the other side of the bracket, the Beloit Lady Trojans got a victory and eliminated Plainville Stockton to move on to the second round. So the other game on the other field between Hoisington and Smoky Valley taking place right now. 2-0 the count. Ogerzolka remaining patient at the plate here. Additional run aboard at first right now. Still just one down in the inning. And the pitch inside going to be called a strike to bring the count to 2-1. Ogerzolka, a junior, batting .313 on the year. Getting on base at a .429 clip. 20 hits for Kimber Ogerzolka here in her junior campaign. Watches that outside. The count goes to 3-1. Normally 20 hits in a season is quite a feat, but this Lady Trojan lineup has 5 different members who have already shared that distinction, and it's going to be a walk issued to Kimber Ogerzolka, who will take her base to aboard now for Abba Pearson. Pearson in a great situation here, a chance to earn herself some run support. Always nice when you can do that from the batter's box. Trying to give herself a bigger lead to defend. Again, making her starting pitching debut on the varsity field, but she's been good all season long with the bat in her hand. Take a look at the season the sophomore has had, a .308 hitter. 4 hits on the year, used relatively sparingly. Here a ball popped up. That is going to drift out into the outfield grass. It gets down for a base hit, and another base knock here for the Lady Trojans as Abba Pearson keeps the line moving, and the bases are loaded here for Brooklyn Adams. Bronson gave it a chase, just couldn't quite get there in time. So Brenna Baird moves up to third, Ogerzolka to second, and another pinch runner coming in here for the Lady Trojans to run at first. As Southeast of Saline will turn to and employ the services of Ashley Welchel, a freshman, over at first. So giving the starting pitcher's legs a break here, and with the bases loaded, it now falls to Brooklyn Adams. First pitch inside, it gets her. Nobody else saw, but yeah, Brooklyn Adams hit by a pitch, and it's the old RBI hit by pitch to bring in Brenna Baird. It's one of the weirder stat lines that you'll see, but Adams credited with the RBI. Moves Ogerzolka up to third and Abba Pearson to second, and brings Avery Kinkelar to the plate. First pitch swinging is Kinkelar. With Adams getting plunked by a pitch, now might be a good time to remind you the coverage of today's game is brought to you by Saline Pain Clinic. Head on down and see them for whatever might ail you. 0-1 the count here to Avery Kinkelar, the right fielder batting in the 8-hole today with the bases loaded. Takes a big cut, comes up empty, and falls behind in the count at 0-2. Dinkle trying to get out of this half inning without any more damage done. The Lady Trojans already leading 3-0, still only 1 out away in the inning. And that pitch misses high. Count goes to 1-2. Go back to those regular season games between these two just about a week ago, and again, Southeast was able to rattle off big early runs as this misses inside. Southeast of Saline scored 15 runs in the first inning of Game 1. They scored 15 runs in the second inning of Game 2. But here, a brand new ball game as this pitch misses high and away, and the count goes full. Good patience from Kinkelar, who fell behind in the count 0-2, but has since fought her way back. Ogerzolka at third, Pearson at second, Adams at first. Payoff pitch on the way, and this ball is going to be taken to third. They're going to try to come home with it, and they just narrowly get Kimber Ogerzolka at the plate. So it's 2 down. Kinkelar aboard at first on the fielder's choice, and J.C. Berghardt at the plate now for Southeast of Saline. Berghardt, another member of this senior core. Again, they've been together since the Knights of Columbus days. And gets one off the end of the bat, but that will find its way into foul territory. So no harm, no foul for Russell. And it'll just go down as strike 1. In all the chaos, Welchel moved up to third base. Adams to second, Kinkelar to first. Berghardt trying to get the top of the order back up here. Will line one into left field. That gets down. They're going to send the runner around. That should score 2. Throw to third. Not in time. That's going to be off the wrist of the running Avery Kinkelar. And, of course, J.C. Berghardt also never stopped running. She is going to be in at second. Rule it a 2 RBI single for J.C. Berghardt. And the top of the order will come back to bat here for the second time this inning as the Lady Trojans lead it 5-0. So it's Welchel and Adams coming in to score. It's an inside pitch here to Lexi Jacobson, who got this party started with an infield single back in the first inning. Looking to record her second hit and as many trips to the dish. Although now Jacobson's also got a chance to bring in a few additional runs. Again, Lexi Jacobson this season getting on base at a .477 clip. She's driven in 17, but loves hitting in these spots. Takes this up the right side. That's going to get under the glove. Lexi Jacobson is going to bring 2 more runs in to score as Avery Kinkelar and J.C. Berghardt will both come in to score the 6th and 7th Southeast of Saline runs of the day. And the Lady Trojans with a 7 on the scoreboard with Maddie Harris grabbing a bat for the second time this inning. Southeast doing most of this with hits, too, as that ball will miss away here. We've seen games where they capitalize on a lot of errors, a lot of miscues by the defense, but right now it's just a hit parade for the Lady Trojans. Maddie Harris again gets one off the end of the bat, and Donovan cannot secure it. So Maddie Harris keeps herself alive here in the count. I know I mentioned the numbers before, but Maddie Harris has put together a season to remember. She gets on base 50% of the time. Harris digs back in, the 1-1 pitch. Misses inside, and the count goes to 2-1. Jacobson eagerly awaiting an opportunity to slide up 60 feet. Aboard at second right now. Next pitch to Harris. That's in the dirt. Blocked well by Toon. Count goes now to 3-1. Harris back in the box, ready to go here. Dinkle looks in for the sign, delivers the 3-1. That ball taken into the opposite field. Coming in but unable to pick it up is Keener Jacobson. Going to take home, and sliding up to second is Maddie Harris. It's a hustle double for Maddie Harris, Southeast of Saline with an 8-0 lead. And Brielle Potachik coming to bat for the second time here in this inning. Brielle Potachik, the only member of the Southeast lineup to not reach base the first time around, but she did drive in a run on the RBI groundout. And she is going to remedy that with a ball that is laced down the line, but just foul. Did miss that by much. Potacek will look to straighten it out. But you go back and look at Southeast of Saline's inning here. Single, walk, RBI ground out, single, walk, single, hit by pitch, fielder's choice, single, double, double. And that ball is laced by Potacek, but it's going to hang up long enough for the catch to be made by Anschutz. And finally, the first inning comes to a close, but not before the Lady Trojans hang an 8 spot on Russell. They take an 8-0 lead into inning number 2 here on the Salina Regional Orthopedic and Sports Medicine Game of the Week, brought to you today by Asaria Oil and Hardware.
APAC Kansas Incorporated has been building the Heartland from the ground up for over a century. From the supply of aggregate materials, hot mix asphalt, and concrete to the construction of roads and bridges, we do it all. You've seen our trucks, and now we want to hire you. APAC in Salina is growing, and we are hiring for all positions. From truck drivers to mechanics, general laborers, and construction, APAC has your next career. For more details, visit the job links page at salinapost.com. Great pay and benefits, APAC is an equal opportunity employer.
For over 90 years, when people go car shopping, they've been coming to Marshall Motors in Salina. Hi, this is Dane at Marshall Motors. The world has changed, but the way we do business remains the same. We promise you the right price, no pressure, and to be your trusted dealership for sales and service. For over 90 years, we've been treating people the way we want to be treated and watching them drive away with a smile and a great ride. Come see us in South Salina at Marshall Motors. We keep life moving.
Well, after an 8-run first inning, Southeast of Saline back in the field here. They will face the 3, 4, and 5-hole hitters for the Russell Lady Broncos. It'll be Jamison Toon, Raina Anschutz, and Janae Radke. Your 3 to lead things off here for Russell. Another inning of work coming here for Abigail Pearson in the circle, who still faced the minimum after giving up a walk to Barrera, but got the double play on a heads-up play. And here it's a big swing and a miss for Jamison Toon. Trying to sort things out here and get another base runner aboard for the Lady Broncos. Semi-final round starting to take shape just across the way. The other game going on right now sees the 2 seed in Hoisington with a 7-0 lead. They take that on the Smoky Valley Lady Vikings. That game is in the 3rd inning. Here at Southeast, up 8-0. Pitch on the way from Pearson, misses high and away. And the count goes to 2-1. Something else we've talked with Coach Potacek about throughout the course of the season. She said she almost feels bad for some of the underclassmen because there's a lot of talent on this team that would start on other squads. But when you've got 6 seniors in the starting lineup and several juniors behind them, there just aren't a lot of opportunities for players like that to get their chance, sometimes in the order, sometimes in the circle. And I think that's part of what makes this start for Abigail Pearson so exciting. As this is a called strike on the outer half, that's going to ring up Jamison Toon. And it's the 2nd strikeout of the day for Abba Pearson to bring up Raina Anschutz. Anschutz, the left fielder, batting from the right side. Stands in with a tall stance, ready to go here. Pitch on the way, swung on and missed. Pearson starting to heat up a little bit here. A lot of movement on these pitches already. Good off-speed stuff, good velocity on the heater as well. Pearson gets a chase there. Anschutz caught swinging away outside. We'll have to settle back in here, trying to make something happen with Janae Radke in the on-deck circle. Pearson takes a long look in here for the sign. Now delivers the 0-2. And it's fouled back to the screen. Good battle by Anschutz, just to keep herself alive in the count. So far, just the 1 base runner for Russell here. Pearson tries to get the chase up and away. Nothing doing there. Russell's had a tough road to this point. Again, they come in 1-23, a negative 255 run differential. That ball is struck well to center field. On her horse, not able to make the catch, though, is Lexi Jacobson. That's going to go down as a double for Raina Anschutz. And it's an excellent piece of hitting for Russell. That is their first hit of the day, and it brings up Janae Radke with only 1 out. give some more context to some of the numbers, the first time that these two played, again, Southeast of Saline comes away with the victories. Russell now, though, has a chance to come back and see the same squad again. They did pick up a couple of hits in each of those two games. But for Southeast of Saline, 19 hits in Game 1, 7 in Game 2. Right now trying to keep the scoreboard clean. 0-1 the count. Pearson back to work. And Radke trying to go with the running start. And the slap hit comes up empty. And we'll have to come back to the plate. Now from the opposite side. So Radke ambidextrous here, switching sides. I don't see that every day. Takes this pitch high and away. Count goes to 1-2. Pearson, though, with the waste pitch. Not a bad idea, trying to get somebody to chase something there. But will now settle back in, try to attack the zone. It's also got to be strange for Pearson having not pitched all season long. She got a couple innings worth of work back in the 2023 campaign. And you know she stays fresh in practice, but getting a chance to come in and pitch in a live situation, just a different situation, or just a different set of circumstances. But she settled in well so far. She's recorded 4 outs, 2 Ks to go along with it, and make it 3. Swing and a miss. 2 strikeouts in the inning for Abba Pearson. And it's Harley Donovan who will be the next to grab a bat, the Russell first baseman, trying to get somebody across here for the Lady Broncos. Fresh count to work with. Pearson's first pitch misses down and away. Easy enough take there for Donovan. Russell knows you can't get them all back at once, just trying to eat into this lead little by little. That one misses high. Another easy enough take there for Donovan. Trying to stay patient. As far as pitching is concerned, again, for Southeast of Saline, control has been the name of the game. 136 strikeouts to only 38 walks as a staff this year. And here, a pitch that misses down and away. And the count's a 3-0. So I would imagine Donovan going to be taken all the way here. Can't see a world where she offers at this next pitch. And yep, knowing that, Pearson puts one right down Main Street. And the count goes to 3-1. Trying to mix speeds, mix eye levels. Right now, it's Pearson trying to find a way to battle back. 3-1 on its way. And that is laced down the line but foul. Much to the chagrin of the Russell coaching staff. Didn't have a chance to introduce her, but Erica Feil is the head coach of the Russell Lady Broncos, and of course Southeast of Saline under the instruction of Pesha Potacek. Donovan back in, 3-2 the count. Already 2 strikeouts for Pearson this inning. And we'll have to wait, as that is a walk to put runners at first and second. It's the second walk of the day for Pearson, and it brings up center fielder Marissa Myers. Myers trying to, at the very least, keep the inning going here for the Lady Broncos. Again, they've only had 3 base runners today, 2 walks, 1 hit, big swing and a miss at a pitch upstairs, and the count goes to 0-1. So after falling behind the last couple of hitters, Pearson goes right to the well there with the rise ball, gets ahead, and will settle back in, deliver the 0-1 now. In there for a called strike. So goes rise ball up, then takes a little something off, and the count goes to 0-2. And now it falls to Myers to try to choke up a little bit on the bat and just find a way to put this in play. 0-2 from Pearson in the dirt. Good block there by Harris. It's got to be one of the most underrated parts of Maddie Harris's game. Not a lot gets by her. You don't see a lot of runners move up with Maddie Harris behind the dish. A proverbial brick wall at catcher. 1-2 from Pearson. High and away. Easy take there from Myers. The Lady Broncos center fielder. 2 aboard here, trying to scratch across the first run against Southeast in their 3rd meeting. 2-2 to Myers is fouled away. We'll do it again. That one finds its way off the screen. Just as a reminder, we will have coverage on Salina Post of tomorrow's semifinal matchup between the winner of this one and Ellsworth. First pitch is scheduled for 3 o'clock in Hoisington. So if you can't make it out to the game, be sure to tune in for that one. 2-2 from Pearson. Once again laced, this time down the left field line, but the result is the same. It's a foul ball, and the count stays at 2-2. You see Pearson playing with the corners here. She's done good to locate those pitches. And again, Myers isn't going to get anything too tasty to drive. Knows she's just got to try to pick one out and find a way to find some grass. 2-2 the count. Pearson rocks back into the windup. This ball lifted. Chasing it out is Adams to the lip of the grass. Makes the catch. And Southeast of Saline able to get out of the top of the second. Once again unscathed. SES back up to bat when we come back. They lead at 8-0. Coverage of playoff softball for Southeast of Saline brought to you by Asaria Oil and Hardware.
When does normal acute pain become abnormal chronic pain? Chronic pain can be one of two types, nociceptive and neuropathic. Each type differs based on what causes it, what it feels like, and what treatments may relieve it. Neuropathic pain can often be managed by a therapy called neurostimulation or spinal cord stimulation. If you suffer from chronic pain, ask your primary care physician for a referral to the Saline Pain Clinic. Our pain specialist will discuss the right options to manage your pain. Online at salinapainclinic.org.
Gabe with Sage Products in Salina, offering industrial strength products that get the job done right. We are featuring hospital-grade disinfectant sprays, wipes, and hand sanitizers to keep you safe this time of year. We carry toilet paper with a large assortment of hand towels. Check out our private line of colorful products like Mom's Streak-Free Glass Cleaner or our friendly Amazing Green Bowl Cleaner. Go online to sageselects.com, visit our 9th Street location in Salina, or call 309-1919.
It'll be Brenna Baird, Kimber Ogerzolka, and Abba Pearson to lead off the second here for the Lady Trojans. They put up an 8 spot back in the top half, or rather the home half of inning number 1, and looking to pick up right where they left off. Baird had a single back in the first. That helped to bring across more runs. But again, for Southeast of Saline, they score 8 runs on 6 hits. No errors committed by Russell to this point, and the Lady Trojans strand just 1 runner back in that first inning. So in the scorebook, again, not a lot of space for SES, but that's something that Southeast has been doing this year, a team that has scored over 260 runs over the course of their 22-game regular season. You look at Southeast of Saline's losses, and I think that almost tells you more than their wins, because Southeast fell to just 3 teams this year. They lost to the 4A state champions in Wamego in a 2-0 perfect game thrown by a future Division I Power 5 pitcher. Their other 2 losses came to Chapman and Clay Center, 2 teams that will both be competing for spots in the 4A state tournament. So again, you look at Southeast's schedule, they are undefeated when playing against teams at their own level or smaller. As this ball is popped up, Myers jumps up and makes the catch, and Brenna Baird is retired for the first out of inning number 2. So that brings up Kimber Ogerzolka. Ogerzolka today reached on a walk back in the first inning, was thrown out at the plate with the bases loaded on a fielder's choice. Here hits a little flare. That is in and out of the mid of Radke. That's the first error of the day committed by Russell. And Ogerzolka will take her base on the E6 to bring up Abba Pearson. Pearson today 1 for 1. Had a single and then was pinch run for by Welchel, who came in to score as that ball is just a bit high. And the throw down to second, not nearly in time. Ogerzolka is there to take her base. Ruled out a stolen base for Kimber Ogerzolka for Southeast of Saline. It's their 3rd swiped bag of the day. Good pitch here on 1-0 in the zone. Pearson takes. The count goes even at 1-1. Again, SES utilizing Addison Rohr as the flex today. The 1-1 on its way now. That'll miss in the dirt. And the count goes to 2-1. As far as we've been told, again, the action tomorrow for the semifinal and championship rounds will shift back to Hoisington, but we'll have coverage of all the action as this ball is hit off the end of the bat, and the count goes to 2-2. Brooklyn Adams standing in the on-deck circle. Pearson hoping to keep the line moving here before things get to her. The 2-2. Misses low and inside. Easy enough to take there for Pearson. Again, Pearson on the year in her sophomore season, 5 hits, 3 RBI, and takes the payoff low and inside. She will reach on a walk, second time today that Abba Pearson has reached base, and it turns things over to Brooklyn Adams. And once again, we're going to have a courtesy runner, I believe. It might be the same one. That is, in fact, Ashley Welchel, the freshman coming in to run for Abba Pearson. First pitch off the shoe top, and a hit by pitch against Brooklyn Adams is going to load the bases for Avery Kinkelar. Poor Brooklyn Adams has now been hit twice in as many at-bats. She got hit back in the first, got hit here in the second, luckily wore that one on the sneaker tops as that ball is skied up and out of play. And ooh, almost a one-handed catch by the photographer. Well, you got to be careful with those expensive lenses these days, but I commend her for trying to make the catch. Sometimes you shoot the action, sometimes the action comes to you. Kinkelar back at the plate is going to pop this one up. Bronson settles under it and makes the catch. And that is 2 away in the inning for J.C. Berghardt. Berghardt, another member of that core, been together for so long, and Berghardt, one of the later bloomers, but has really blossomed into a strong player for this Southeast of Saline team. It's only a .260 hitter, but has strung together a good run of 8 RBI and has come in to score 20 runs. She's one of just 6 Lady Trojans to do that this year. A lot of good speed, a couple of big clutch hits throughout the course of the season as well. And a chance to do the same as she will take inside, and the count goes to 3-0. Berghardt batting in the 9-hole, already 1 for 1 today with a single. Will take that high and away. And now the count is 3-0. I can't count. That's my fault. Berghardt likely going to be taking all the way. Nowhere for Dinkle to put her. 3-0 pitch. There's the strike, and now Berghardt has seen it and will be given the green light to swing away. A lot of real estate in the gaps in right and left center field. Both players playing the line. This ball lifted, though, to straightaway center. Myers is back on it and makes the catch for out number 3. And the Lady Trojans will strand them loaded. We go to the 3rd inning. Still an 8-0 lead for Southeast of Saline. Coverage of SES Lady Trojan Playoff Softball brought to you by Asaria Oil and Hardware.
Your next visit to the doctor for an upcoming procedure or surgery should start with a conversation about Saline Surgical Hospital. Hi, this is Geraldine Diedrich, and we are truly committed to fostering your health and well-being. From outpatient procedures to inpatient stays, you will feel the difference in our excellent care and compassion. Talk to your doctor about scheduling your next procedure at Saline Surgical Hospital. Your surgical experience is our specialty. Saline Surgical Hospital is partially owned by a group of local, community-involved physicians.
Opus Plasma Skin Resurfacing at Saline Medical Aesthetics is similar to traditional laser skin treatments. It uses thermal energy to produce anti-aging results as opposed to traditional laser energy. There's minimal downtime, and each session only takes about 45 minutes. Most patients see a noticeable difference with just one procedure. Treat moderate to deep wrinkles, fine lines, sagging skin, rough patches, poor skin tone, and sunspots. Opus is a fantastic treatment for anti-aging. For a free consultation, contact Saline Medical Aesthetics and learn more at salinemedesthetics.org.
Welcome back into 3A Regional Softball action. Want to remind you that coverage of today's game is brought to you by the Southeast of Saline Education Foundation, Kelly Kitchener Shelter Insurance, McKeim Service, Anesthesia Associates, and by Kansas Wesleyan University. Speaking of area baseball and softball action, Kansas Wesleyan's baseball team getting started in the NAIA National Tournament, as the opening round taking place down in Shreveport, Louisiana. Here, it's the Lady Trojans holding an 8-0 lead, and it will be Jalen Keener, Gracelyn Dinkle, and Darius Barrera, your 3 due up to start things off for Russell. Another inning of work in the circle for Abba Pearson. So far, smooth sailing for the most part for Pearson. Gave up the one well-hit ball on the double and did walk a pair, but aside from that, has battled to the tune of 3 strikeouts. And here is going to get one off the backside of the bat. That'll fall harmlessly out of play and collect a strike here. So I believe, yep, there we go. Count is 1-1. Again, Keener, Dinkle, and Barrera for this Russell Lady Broncos squad. The 1-1 pitch misses high. And the count goes to 2-1. In case you don't know the story, I know we've talked about it a little bit throughout the course of the broadcast. This is a really special group for Southeast of Saline. You've got 7 seniors on the roster, but 6 of them have been playing together since they were 3 years old. But the crazy thing is, Pesha Potacek has been their coach pretty much that entire time. She's coached at least a portion of this group of seniors from the time they were 3 years old, all the way through coach pitch, kid pitch, Little League, into Summer League with the Salina Adrenaline. As this ball is popped back to the screen, you see Harris give it a chase. And the crazy thing, too, throughout that entire time, a lot of the players settled into their roles, settled into their positions, and just found success at all these different levels. Maddie Harris has been catching for a long time for this team. Lexi Jacobson has played in the outfield. Brielle Potacek has played short. And they have managed to pick up where they left off at every level, as there it is, the 4th strikeout of the day for Abba Pearson to turn things back to the top of the lineup, and Gracelyn Dinkle. Dinkle today 0 for 1 with a swinging strikeout. That came back in the first inning. Pearson will deliver the pitch, misses high and away. Count goes to 1-0. Dinkle a little bit eager, I think, in that first at-bat, was swinging at some stuff outside the zone, has since settled in. Pearson will bring home the 1-0. That's chopped to short. Potacek picks it up. The throw to first is in time. And there it is, the second out of the inning for Southeast of Saline. Will turn things back to Darius Barrera. Matter of fact, there have only been 3 balls put in play that could be recorded as outs today, thanks to the 4 strikeouts from Pearson the first time through the order. Darius Barrera was able to work a walk back in the first. Here, she is going to chop one to third. Roar charging in, picks it up, throws to first in time. Great defensive play for Addison Roar, and that will bring things to the home half of inning number 3. We'll have it for you when we return. Southeast of Saline Lady Trojan Softball, brought to you by Asaria Oil and Hardware.
Springtime is here and we're on the go. Visit Commercial Tire Center and get ready to roll. We're driving more and more and getting ready for springtime activities. From the smallest lawnmower tires to passenger tires, farm tires, and the largest truck tires. Call Commercial Tire for repairs that aren't tire related. Our automotive and diesel mechanics will fix it right the first time. Commercial Tire Centers, West Crawford and North 9th in Salina.
Commercial Tire Centers, where service is everything.
The hours of drills, the pre-dawn workouts, the hundreds of laps. It takes hard work, passion, and drive to do what you love. When you're sidelined by injury, Salina Regional Sports Medicine is just as committed and works just as hard to get you back in the game. Salina Regional Sports Medicine, 785-452-7366. SalinaRegionalSportsMedicine.com.
Top of the order due up to lead off the third for the Lady Trojans. It'll be Lexi Jacobson, Maddie Harris, and Brielle Potacek. While we've got a moment, want to remind you that coverage of today's game is brought to you by our friends at Frisbee Construction, Salina Ortho, Smart Insurance, and Suburban Appliance. Also by the good folks at Sage Products, Phillips Seed Farms, Merry Maids, and Kniper Agency of Farmers Insurance. Another inning of work coming here for Gracelyn Dinkle, who put together a good second inning. Southeast was able to work the bases loaded, but no hits in the inning for SES, and no runs coming across to score either. So Southeast looking for more of the type of inning they had back in the first, where they hung an 8 spot on this Russell lineup, and they've been due for big innings in their last couple of meetings with Russell, but you can just tell this is a team that is out there. They are having fun. Not just here today, but really all season long as well. Jacobson already has a single and a double, 2 RBI, 2 stolen bases, and 2 runs scored. Not a bad way to start your contest when this game has only been going for about an hour and a half. Next pitch on its way. That ball is laced into deep left field. Back to the wall. It'll take one hop, and Jacobson gets on her horse. She's going to turn second. She's thinking 3. Lexi Jacobson is going to get a hustle triple, and the leadoff runner 60 feet away for Southeast of Saline with one swing of the bat. Lexi Jacobson has just one home run on the year, in case you're wondering, but she is now a home run away from the cycle. We're in the 3rd inning. Here's one taken up the middle by Maddie Harris. That's going to get by, and it's an RBI base knock for Maddie Harris. Southeast of Saline tacks on an insurance run. They lead it 9-0 as Harris drives in Jacobson to turn things over to Brielle Potachik. And we're going to have another courtesy runner in at first as Kiki Riedel, who's already scored 1 run today, will return for Maddie Harris running at first. Brielle Potachik 0 for 2 with an RBI at the plate. Potachik gets a hold of this one, takes it out to left, but coming in to make the catch is Ann Shears, and that is the first out of the inning. That'll turn things to Brenna Baird. Baird comes in, a fly out to center, a single, and a run scored so far today. Baird stands in and will take that hard to short. They thought about going the short way. The throw to first comes off the bag. The runner takes off for third, and Brenna Baird is going to be in on what I can only assume will be an infield single. Don't really know how else you rule that. It's going to put runners at the corners for Kimber Ogerzolka. So an infield single for Brenna Baird. Succeeds in moving Riedel to third. And here's one slapped up the middle. That's going to score another run. Kimber Ogerzolka keeps the line moving. Southeast of Saline with 10 on the scoreboard here. It's the 3rd time today that Ogerzolka has reached. That's becoming quite the club for Southeast of Saline right now. Oh boy, that one almost worn on the helmet for Abba Pearson. But Southeast has now had 3 batters reach base 3 times, and well, Abba Pearson's going to join him on a hit by pitch. How about this? Abba Pearson's reached base 3 times today with 1 hit. Well, sometimes you hit the ball, sometimes the ball hits you, and the bases are now loaded. Brenna Baird moves to third, Kimber Ogerzolka to second. Abba Pearson will be run for by, I believe that's Welchel again, and it is. So it's Welchel at first, Baird at third, Ogerzolka at second, Brooklyn Adams at the plate. And this misses low and in the dirt, but Southeast with a chance to really crack this game wide open now. Already a 10 spot on the board. Adams this year, as this is inside, that'll miss. But Brooklyn Adams has 12 RBI on 16 hits. She is bringing in a run almost every time she puts the ball in play, and now it's going to have a talking to by the home plate umpire about something. Not sure if he wasn't happy that she didn't try to get out of the way there. To be fair, Brooklyn Adams has been hit by 2 pitches today. This time, though, she will ground this. It'll be a fielder's choice as Baird is out at the plate. That is 2 down to bring up Avery Kinkelar, and I think Brooklyn Adams is happy to finally get to first without having to take a pitch to her person. We have got a pinch hitter here. Abby Wyatt, the junior, will bat for Avery Kinkelar down in the 8-hole. So Wyatt becomes the first pinch hitter of the day for Southeast of Saline. First pitch to her is in for a called strike. Abby Wyatt, a junior, a .375 hitter on the year, 18 hits, a double, 2 triples, a home run, and 16 driven in, and she comes off the bench. It is that kind of firepower for this Southeast of Saline team. Again, Kimber Ogrzolka aboard at third, Welchel at second, Adams at first, and that ball hit on a line. It's going to hang up, giving chase, but unable to get there. Out and right is Keener. 1 run comes in to score, 2 runs come in to score, and they're going to send the third as it's going to be a bases clearing 3 RBI triple for Abby Wyatt, and the Lady Trojans lead 13-0. Great piece of hitting there for Abby Wyatt. Brings everybody into score, and it will be J.C. Berghardt to bat here in the 9-hole for the 3rd time today. Southeast laying it on thick here in the 3rd. Pitch here high, misses outside to Berghardt. Regardless of who they were going to see, and of course, well, there's another hit batsman here as Berghardt will take her base. But you had to think Southeast of Saline liked seeing all these league schools lined up in the bracket. Again, SES, the NCAA league champs, they went 10-0 in league play. They turn around and find a total this year of 3 other league schools, 4 total, so half the bracket is NCAA schools. And we have got a pitching change. We'll get you an update on that when we return. This is the Game of the Week. It's brought to you today by Asaria Oil and Hardware.
The Bennington State Bank proudly supports local sports and wants each student to know that their hard work and talent is noticed and appreciated. At Bennington State Bank, they care about local communities and are committed to fostering long-term relationships through the delivery of excellent customer service, integrity, and fairness. From helping local businesses to supporting community youth and nonprofits to helping you purchase your dream home or invest in your future, Bennington State Bank is here to help. Give them a call to experience exceptional banking with hometown service. Bennington State Bank, your trusted hometown bank. Member APAC Kansas Incorporated has been building the Heartland from the ground up for over a century. From the supply of aggregate materials, hot mix asphalt, and concrete to the construction of roads and bridges, we do it all. You've seen our trucks, and now we want to hire you. APAC in Saline is growing, and we are hiring for all positions. From truck drivers to mechanics, general laborers, and construction, APAC has your next career. For more details, visit the job links page at salinapost.com. Great pay and benefits, APAC is an equal opportunity employer.
For over 90 years, when people go car shopping, they've been coming to Marshall Motors in Salina. Hi, this is Dan at Marshall Motors. The world has changed, but the way we do business remains the same. We promise you the right price, no pressure, and to be your trusted dealership for sales and service. For over 90 years, we've been treating people the way we want to be treated and watching them drive away with a smile and a great ride. Come see us in South Salina at Marshall Motors. We keep life moving.
Well, the new pitcher into the game for the Russell Lady Broncos is Sage Moose, who takes over for Dinkle in the circle right away. Southeast of Saline sends J.C. Berghardt. She will swipe second, and Lexi Jacobson at the plate will watch this upstairs for a called strike. It would take something that Jacobson has only done once all season, but a home run away from the cycle in the 3rd inning with a chance to get it, as this misses high and away. Of course, right now, Jacobson just thinking about putting a good swing on this and driving a few more runs in, as her team already leads 13-0. But the runner aboard at second could potentially end this game early if Southeast can bring it in, and they're going to have a chance to be even closer. The flip to home, not in time. And the potential game-winning run now stands just 60 feet away, as J.C. Berghardt moves up to third. Lexi Jacobson trying to end this right here and right now. 2 down in the inning. Jacobson fouls it away, and the count goes full. If you're not as familiar with the rules of high school softball, 15 after 3 is the shortest path to victory. The Lady Trojans just one good swing away from getting themselves there. Payoff pitch to Jacobson. Misses high. It's going to be a walk issued. Jacobson takes her base for the 4th time. Runners coming to the plate. Nobody paid attention, and that's the ball game. J.C. Berghardt steals home, and Southeast of Saline is going to head to the semifinal round. They will take on the Ellsworth Lady Bearcats tomorrow at 3 o'clock. and we will have coverage of that game for you right here on Salina Post. It's a Lady Trojan rout, 15-0. They eliminate the Russell Lady Broncos. You caught it right here on Salina Post, brought to you by our good friends at Assaria Oil and Hardware.